Pressure is building on Congress and the president to reach a deal on the debt. The chairman of the Federal Reserve warned today that default could lead to, quote, financial calamity, end quote. And Moody's said it is now reviewing the U.S. government's credit rating for possible downgrade. The president had congressional leaders back at the White House today for yet another negotiating session. We have reports from Nancy Cordes, Chip Reed, and Anthony Mason. Nancy, we'll begin with you at the Capitol. Good evening.
Russ, good evening to you. The chairman of the Federal Reserve had a stark warning for members of Congress today. He said if the debt limit isn't raised by August 2nd, the federal government's cash flow could plummet by 40% because that's how much the nation borrows.
So just as a matter of arithmetic, fairly soon after that date, there would have to be significant cuts in Social Security, Medicare, military pay, or some combination of those in order to avoid borrowing more money.
And here's why. Without the ability to borrow, the federal government will take in roughly $172 billion in August in taxes, fees, and other revenues. But its bills will total roughly $306 billion, creating a shortfall of more than $130 billion that congressional leaders like Nancy Pelosi will have to contend with immediately.
Have there been any discussions about which bills shouldn't get paid if we can't borrow money?
Well, first, I have a more optimistic view. I believe that the United States will pay its bills and we will honor the full faith and credit of our country.
Well, I'm no on raising the debt ceiling right now.
Republican presidential candidate Michelle Bachmann and two other GOP representatives insisted today that President Obama and the Federal Reserve Chairman are overstating the risks of default.
So I would encourage our speaker, quit believing the president when he makes these uses these scare tactics. There's money there regardless of what we do.
Those three members introduced legislation today that would pay the troops first if there's a government shortfall. But when we asked them who shouldn't get paid, they didn't have an answer, Russ, and neither, it seems, does anyone else up here.
Nancy Cordes on Capitol Hill. Thank you very much.